Hello and welcome to Real Hi-Fi Help. So this is my offline hi-fi content, unreleased YouTube material that is now available for the public if they want it. My channel is still going to stay for free so that it will benefit all people in the world. But if you're not satisfied with that content, which is worth, several hundreds of thousands of dollars, if you're not satisfied with that, of course, there is an extra service I then can provide for you, giving you consultancy. You'll just have to contact me at this email. I will be releasing 2 videos today and not be doing videos for some months' time here. We'll have to see how that goes. But now you have access with the content on my channel together with these PDF files that I'm selling to you. I will now give you about, I'm guessing this is about 90% of what I know, that is going to make things a lot easier for you, so you don't have to use so much time to get the information. So the most sought out information on my channel is perhaps the best streamer in the world. I have made a ultra condensed list, a PDF file, a 2-page cheat sheet, so you know what parts you should get and later on what other parts you then can use to upgrade. So this is just to get you started on the best streamer in the world. And yeah, spoiler alert, it's only going to cost you about $2,000 to get started, to have a functional sound, which you can of course upgrade with time. You will be able to see in that cheat sheet what other parts you then have to buy. I earn nothing on the parts themselves, only on selling you this PDF file. But I don't expect a lot of people to buy these PDF files. I really don't. It's just an extra service for those people that don't have the patience to use, a couple of hundred hours going through all of the 450 videos that are on my page. Those videos go from, a minute to, 1.5 hours or something like that per video. So yeah, not everybody in the world wants to do that. So this is a much easier way to do that. And as an extra service, an extra PDF, you can buy now the upgrade blueprint for basically all amplifiers, all CD players, all DACs, all rears, all speakers, LPSUs and power bars. What this means is that I am going to give you the recipe that generally makes all of those things on the different levels sound a lot better. These are general tweak parts combined together that give you a good sound. It's very easy to look at. It's reasonably easy to get a hold of these parts. These are parts from different brands that generally work really good together. You can use them on a variety of audio brands. It just makes it a lot easier, and yeah, it's generally something I recommend if you have some decent to okay to really good gear. I wouldn't do these types of things on the lowest quality gear on the market. I just wouldn't use my time on that, to be honest. But if you want that, it took me a long time to write down. It's actually only about, I think, 6 pages in total, something like that. Amplifiers, CDs, DACs, rears, speakers. Those are speakers on basically all levels. Yes, you also get a small piece of information about that on my, channel. You can also get some of that information there. If you'd rather want to use your time doing that, no problem, just do that. But yeah, for people that don't want to buy these do-it-yourself kits, upgrade kits for amplifiers, speakers, whatever, I actually suggest doing these things first so that you get, for example, let's just say a speaker upgrade kit, like let's just say GR research. When you've done my tweak, then when you do a tweak like he is selling you, a kit that he's selling you, you are going to get more out of that kit or one of the 1,000 other kits on the internet. So whether you do my tweak first or his tweak first, it doesn't matter. I'm just saying there's an extra level, there's an extra piece of information that people are generally not doing. They're just buying the parts, doing a bit of soldering, and they're thinking that, oh, this is going to save it. But there are also other parts that you usually don't change in these kits, and I'm going to show you that in this specific file here. So that's potentially going to save a hell of a lot of money for you. And I mean, ideally, you probably have something like an older ear, Macintosh, Accuphase, decent, okay type of gear, and you don't want to buy the newest stuff. And then you typically do something like this, either buy a kit or this upgrade blueprints for amplifiers, DACs, CDs, rears. Just know that with all the instruction that I'm selling here, there isn't actually going to be pictures of me showing you how to do the job. All of this information is intended for either you doing the job yourself or getting a professional to do it for you, just so you know. And let's go on to the next one. So yeah, nowadays, okay, I've made it possible so that nowadays when you get a consultation from me, it's going to be in this way, where I am going to give you a free PDF file that contains 35 of my unreleased videos on YouTube. I was actually before planning on putting that on YouTube, but I thought, don't want to really be putting that type of content on the channel for various reasons. So whenever you get a consultation from me, you will be getting this for free. This has so much value. I'm guessing normal people it only has like $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 of value, but you're only going to pay this price. So this is, like I've written here, nerdy information that goes deeper into to HIFI from a different angle. Covers a lot of different subjects within HIFI. But I thought this was a good channel, just so you know that when you're getting a consultation from me, you're basically getting one of the best consultations in the world. And yeah, it's a lot of value that I'm giving people. So generally when you're getting a consultation from me, I mean, I'm basically paying you in a way with the amount of value that you're getting. So yeah, that's special by coming to me. Okay, number 4 here. You will also be getting this when you get a consultation from me, power cable hierarchy. What this means is that I will show you what brands are important, what cable brands. I will show you the ranking of them. I will describe the sound. I will tell you about the cables that I haven't heard or you haven't heard, but which most likely are going to be good, what types of cables these are, and just generally a lot of interesting cable information that you can use to maximize your current gear. And we all basically need information like this so that we don't have to stick with a certain type of sound for a certain person in a certain room. You actually have the freedom to bend the sound to your own preference, of course within a certain limitation due to the brand, the model, whatever. But this is more specific information. This is going to show you a very cheap solution for how to get this type of cable sound that usually costs a lot more. So there's some really hardcore information you need to know about in that file. But yeah, once you just get a consultation from me, you will get this for free. Number 3 and number 4, just so you know. And This took me a while to figure out, but I'm going to, in this file here, share with you the good tubes that I have and the good tubes that I know, and generally when you have tube gear, what type of tubes you just have to get, where to find them. So there's some good information there. It's not a big file. It's only about 1.5 pages long, but there's some good information there that you can use to save a huge amount of money on tubes. It's so easy to waste money on tubes. I will show you the ones that I like. So yeah, I haven't put that on my channel, just like basically the rest of the information here. So a bit more valuable. This here, that's very valuable. Let's say that you have a Griffin amplifier, one of the lower models, the Antillean Evo, and you want it to perform as well as a Griffin Mephisto, but the Griffin Mephisto costs twice as much. So how do you simulate that same performance or something that is slightly better? Well, I show you in this file how you do that. The reason why this only applies to mid models that beat top models and not lower models that beat top models is simply because you just can't do these types of tweaks on the lowest end gear. It's simply not built for that. But these are some relatively cheap ways of doing it, of not having to use a crazy amount of money on the biggest models in the hi-fi industry, but being able to simply simulate a higher class sound. And of course, if you apply these same rules to the higher models, of course, you will again elevate the sound to a much higher level. But this is just to give people the chance of reaching for that without having to dig, insanely deep into their pocket. So they have to use $5, $20, $50, $100, $200,000 on a solution covering the whole system. Here, you only pay $100, and I give you the really hardcore ways of doing it, but realize that you need some pretty hefty gear in order for these rules to apply. But it isn't just, the 1% of the market that you can do this with. It is a much higher percentage of that. I wouldn't be able to say what it is, if it's 20, 50 or whatever. But now you know it's available if you want it. Okay, this is the most important one. This is going to save you a gigantic amount of money. And this is going to not just be within hi-fi, but especially outside of hi-fi. And the reason why I'm saying outside of hi-fi is because it is going to show you a way of you saving money so that you have the money available to buy whatever solution from whatever brand. You can, it's a very common theme nowadays to do this, use an endless amount of time on tinkering, saving money here and there, and not realizing that you've lost perhaps 5, 10, 20 years of your life focusing on things that just don't quite pay as much, I'm going to show you in this PDF how I stay frugal, how I am able to stretch a dollar, how I generally think, not just within hi-fi, but when I buy phones, when I do my grocery shopping, when I buy my car, when I do a lot of things in life. I'm going to show you the traps that a lot of people fall into that prevents them from getting, the $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 extra dollars that they need per year in order to fund whatever hi-fi thing they have going on, you know? So yeah, it costs more to get this information. This is some pretty hardcore information. This is pretty specific. These are things that I learned using many thousands of dollars, learning it the hard way. So to conclude, if you wanted to buy these things separately, this is what it will cost you. If you want to buy it all together, this is now what it's going to cost you. You might only be interested in like this one here and that one here. It's $150. If we combine it, could you get some discount? Perhaps. Send me a mail and then we'll figure it out, whatever. So it's just so you know, I'm flexible. We'll figure something out, whatever. So let's talk about my audio consultation. So when you get an audio consultation from me, you are basically going to get one of the deepest solutions that currently exist on this planet. I believe that. I don't think it's an arrogant thing to say. I would though say that it would probably be arrogant to say that I am the very best, because I have not tried all the audio consultants in the world. So I can't say that I'm, you know, definitely the very best one. But I can show you in this video, combined with the next video that I'm going to be releasing today, why I am one of the best ones, and why that when you pay me, you're actually saving money. It's like me paying you. So when you get a consultation from me, you will be getting 2 PDFs, as you saw before. They have a value of this. That might not apply to you if you're a small hi-fi starter. You've just gotten into the hobby. You might not save this amount of money immediately, but over time, you will most likely save that amount of money. So what I do is just simply help people figure out the basics of their system so they don't have to solve problems in an overkill way, which usually involves using more money. Now, of course, everybody's demands are different from customer to customer. Some actually have a lot of money to use, and therefore we can do it that way. But of course, not everybody has money available to get a better sound. But if you go to me, I will be able to figure a thing out where it will benefit you. So let's just look at point number 2. When I give my customers a solution, it usually lasts them for years, because I'm not the type of guy who will just answer questions saying, yes, no, that's good, that's bad, bye-bye. When I give people a solution, my intention is for them to not come back. Okay, that sounds like a silly thing to say, but I'm not in it for the money. I am in it so that people can feel that this is me. This is the level that I am at. This is the deepest help you can basically buy. This is how we're going to do it so that you avoid a lot of traps. I don't want people to go through all the traps that I did when I was in my hi-fi journey. So yeah, I like to help people in a way where we avoid a lot of potential problems in the future. And yes, it sometimes means that we have to focus on some more basic things, just so you don't have to use 5, 10, 20,000 on solving some, smaller problems in your system. So that's basically what you get from my help. 2 to 10 years time, that is what I guess in average the quality of help that I give people, so they're covered for 2 to 10 years time. So, like I said before, it's when you get a consultation from me, it's basically like me paying you money in a way. When you look at the time that I use on helping people, which you will see in the other video that I will be releasing today, you will see that it's a model that I'm not earning money on. Okay, it's a model where, you know, a lot of people will be scratching their heads, just thinking like, why is this guy doing it? You know, because when you're an audio consultant, you do it for the money, and then you do it for making people happy as a number two thing, you know. But I want to do it to give people the best solution, because I'm sick and tired of people having bad basics on their gear. I'm sick and tired of the lowest quality streamer solutions. I'm just sick of tired of the general standard. That's of course different from user to user, but I am here to change the world so that you have a lot more possibilities, so that you have a chance of owning an extra system or even an extra system after that. I don't think that we should settle. I don't like the normal solutions, but yeah, you have me. So if you want my help, this is how you're going to get it. You send me an email. This is how you are going to receive that help here. And just quickly, for the guys that can't see this on their devices, I'm making it really big now, just to make it easier for you guys, so you also are covered. So this is basically it. You know, I'm not gonna be producing a hell of a lot more content, because I've basically covered most things in HIFI. And yeah, it's been hard. It's been hard getting this deep into HIFI and dealing with all the different companies. But yeah, it's now available, so you don't even have to do anything on this page. You can just skip this video and get your free content and binge on that for years. You don't have to feel sorry for me buy any of these things. Just go and use your free content on YouTube if you want to. That's fine. But if you want this extra service where I specifically solve your problems and do it in a much faster time, you can of course contact me, and this is how we are going to do it. I'm not trying to be difficult. These are the pieces of information that I need in order to give you a proper help, so it isn't just a solution that works a couple of months. You know, I want it to work for years. I don't want you to come back to me and depend on me. You know, I want you to be free. I want you to have a good system. I want you to be able to reach for a second system. That's all that I want. Okay, so here it is. And yeah, I hope you guys appreciate the time that I put into this video. And any questions, don't leave it on my channel. Just send me an email, because I'm not looking a lot on YouTube. I'm doing a lot of renovations on my house. There's some job changes for me. I'll be busy for some time, but I will of course want to get on YouTube again, and yeah, talk about the new discoveries that I've made. It's just going to take me some months to uncover that last part that I'm missing. At this level, it gets pretty complicated on how to get that last bit of sound, and I want to be sure that I do it right. And yeah, I hope to soon be able to also hear this best streamer in the world, that I call it, on my own system, just to report to you guys what it is that I'm hearing. Then we can kind of understand it a bit deeper and figure out like, what the hell is this thing, you know? Because I heard it at my friend's place. It seemed really promising. He heard it at some other friends' places with totally different systems. We still haven't done it on my system, which is a completely different, higher level system. I really want to know what's going to happen when we try it on my system. So I hope that helps you guys, and look out for the other video. And yeah, that's me logging off and wishing you guys a good 2021. Have a nice day.